So this video was inspired by ways that trans people try to take legitimacy away from other trans people. I don't really get it. I don't know why trans people tried to take credibility away from other trans people just for being different from them. The first one is neos. So I know trans people who won't even use neos because they think they're for Gen Z attention seekers and they take legitimacy away from the LGBTQ community. I don't really get it. I don't really understand how it's any different from using she, her for a male or using he, him for a female. Like, people can decide whatever pronouns they want. I had never heard of neos until about 6 months ago, and I learned how to use them for a couple different friends. And then I saw a post on Twitter about normal trans women. It was from a relatively popular trans woman with a relatively big following. And I was like, what is a normal trans woman? That's like asking what a normal cis woman is. We're all so different. How can you say what normal is? And I completely accept that trans women are different from me and they have their own experiences. And she said that normal trans women are the ones who don't care about female sports, and they're not the women who spend hours on Discord servers, commies. I don't even know. Like, it was crazy. And like, I don't even talk about trans women like that. So why is she pretending that trans women are AGPs and porn soaked? Like, that leans into the stereotype of trans women so hard. That does not help at all. Another trans woman commented and said, someone who lives their life as a woman instead of trans. What does this even mean? I've heard trans people talk about the difference between sex dysphoria and gender dysphoria, and I think this kind of goes hand in hand with transsexuals and transgenders. The genuine transsexuals are better than the transgenders. So the genuine transsexuals seem to think that they have a more severe form of dysphoria compared to the transgenders. They think that they have sex dysphoria and transgenders have gender dysphoria, and they think that sex dysphoria is a very debilitating medical condition. Dysphoria is dysphoria, and it's debilitating no matter what. Like, dysphoria sucks no matter what the severity of it is. Everyone does have a varying level of dysphoria. This leads the genuine transsexuals to tell people that they're not actually trans if they don't want to medically transition, if they don't want hormones or surgery. There's many reasons not to have surgery. One of them is cost, and then some people don't have dysphoria surrounding their genitals, so that's another reason. And the crowd that makes fun of trans people for not fully buying into their delusion is also the same crowd saying that surgery is cosmetic surgery and is like, no, I will not pay for that. You need to pay for that yourself. Females can be very dysphoric around their breast. One of my friends told me about binding, and to me that sounded super uncomfortable. My friend said it's less uncomfortable than dysphoria, which as a cis person I never would have thought of, having never experienced dysphoria. I see binary trans people being very dismissive of non-binary people. Non-binary people identify with being a man and a woman, or they identify with neither. And some of them want to alter their bodies, some of them don't. Some of them are completely fine with their internal sense of self and their body. So if you're here and you're listening and you're trans, no matter where you are along your journey, just know that you're real, you're valid. Your identity is not conditional. It's interesting how often the call comes from inside the house, and it really shouldn't.